Hi students, welcome to Alco's e-learning chemistry classes for first year. The running chapter is stoichiometry and now we are in session number 3. In previous session we discussed about AMU, that is the unit for measuring atomic weights and molecular weights. Just AMU is derived from carbon 12, that is C12 isotope. 1/12 part of that C12 isotope is taken as AMU. As we know, AMU is atomic mass unit, a basic unit to measure the atomic weights or molecular weights. And these atomic weights and molecular weights are nothing but the stoichiometric amounts to measure. We are considering atomic weights and molecular weights. So for measuring that atomic weights or molecular weights, which are nothing but the relative amounts, we are considering a basic unit, a defined, a fixed amount as the parameter to measure the amounts. That parameter is nothing but AMU, atomic mass unit. Already we discussed about this. It is nothing but, just for your recalling purpose, I am giving this information. AMU is nothing but 1/12 part of carbon 12 isotope. Part of carbon 12 isotope. This is AMU. And in case if we would like to get the numerical value, that is in our regular used units, grams, this AMU is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Up to this we discussed in previous session. And now how we are going to use this AMU to measure the atomic weights of different elements. Already, dear students, you know, once we get the atomic weight, automatically we can measure the molecular weights, because molecular weights are nothing but the sum of atomic weights of all the atoms present in the molecule. Or otherwise, we can also consider that molecular weights with reference to this AMU, similar to that of atomic weights. Clear? And now, when it is 1.67 in 10 to the power minus 24 grams, it is very minute, almost negligible. It is not at all possible to measure this much of weight. This very small amount of weight we can't measure. We can't use any device to measure this amount. That's why it is negligible mass and we can't measure this, but all the atomic weights are referred with this one, this amount. For example, let us consider this atomic weight of hydrogen. Already I asked you in previous sessions, we have to memorize a few elements and their atomic weight similar to that of, already you learned in your lower classes the different elements and their symbols along with their atomic numbers. Here you have to learn some more, that is nothing but along with the atomic numbers you should have an idea about the atomic weights. Actually, atomic mass is nothing but the sum of protons plus neutrons. We know it, but the same now we are measuring in terms of AMU. When in terms of AMU, the atomic weight of any element when provided, it is nothing but equal to the number of protons plus neutrons, no doubt at all. But for calculation purpose, we are measuring this. Clear? And now, when you are learning few elements, at least few elements which are incorporated in our syllabus, you should have an idea about the atomic weights. In case if it is a bigger elements, automatically when they provide the question paper, in that question paper they will provide that information. Say for example like iron, we need not by heart because they will provide iron atomic weight 56 like that within the bracket. Copper 63.5 like that. For such type of heavier elements you need not by heart because they will provide the atomic weights within the brackets when they are providing the data. Clear? And now, for our convenience purpose, we have to learn at least a few elements and their atomic weights. How you will learn? I am going to provide very few and frequently used atoms and their atomic weights. Clear? And now let us consider this. It is AMU and this AMU is nothing but this value in grams and it is equal to this much. When it is atomic weight of hydrogen, if we would like to measure this hydrogen atomic weight, It is already we know atomic weight is a relative mass or relative weight. We have to compare one hydrogen atom with this AMU. In such a comparison, it is measured, it is observed that one hydrogen atom is 1.008 times heavier than this AMU. Again I am repeating, one hydrogen atom is observed to be 1.008 times heavier than this AMU, that is 1/12 part of carbon 12 isotope. That's why its atomic weight is taken as 1.008 AMU. Clear? Similarly, atomic weight of oxygen, and it is one oxygen atom is 16 times heavier than AMU, that is 1/12 part of carbon 12 isotope. Hence, its atomic weight is taken as 16 AMU. And then atomic weight of nitrogen, it is nothing but 14 times heavier than this AMU, hence it is 14 AMU. And similarly, for atomic weight of chlorine is found to be 35.5 AMU. That is nothing but one atom of chlorine is, and as an average is 35.5 times heavier than 1/12 part of carbon 12 isotope. And now, if it is atomic weight of carbon, simply we can say that when atomic weight of carbon by default it is nothing but carbon 12 isotope. So when it is compared with 1/12 part of carbon 12, automatically it will be 12 times heavier. That's why it is 12 AMU. Just you remember, when we are considering the atomic weights, a relative weight, how many times one atom of the element is heavier than 1/12 part of carbon 12 isotope, that is nothing but its atomic weight. Clear? And this 1/12 part of carbon 12 isotope is known as AMU. That's why we are giving atomic weights like this. This number indicates how many times of these elemental atoms are heavier than this value. Clear? And now, in case if we are having the intention to find how much weight of this hydrogen instead of AMU, let us consider in our well familiar known units, nothing but grams. Then simply you can write like this: in grams, how much the weight of hydrogen atom. Simply we know AMU is nothing but this value, that is 1.67 in 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. When it is given, simply if you observe, when it is given as 1 kg, when they ask you to convert into grams, you are multiplying that 1 kg with 1000. Why? Because 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. If it is given as 3 kgs, then what you are doing to convert it into grams? Simply you are multiplying that 3 with 1000, because kg is equal to 1000 grams. You are well familiar with that one. In a similar manner, here also AMU, kg is equal to 1000 grams. AMU is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. A simple logical approach, is it not? So when this value is asked in grams, simply you can say that 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. This is actual atomic weight of hydrogen when they are asked for in grams. And now oxygen, similar. One oxygen atom atomic weight is 16 AMU. In case if we would like to know in grams, simply we can say 16 into 1 AMU is nothing but 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. And similarly for nitrogen, it is 14 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. And for chlorine, it is 35.5 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. And similarly for carbon, it is 12 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Just you observe. All it is nothing but one atom. We are considering one atom of element. Only one atom. Actually, it is not possible to find out one atom. But imaginarily, we are finding one atom. If one hydrogen atom is taken, how much weight it is? It is 1.008 times heavier than AMU. Hence, it is 1.008 AMU. And if you want to know it in grams, just AMU is nothing but 1.67 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. That's why you are measuring it 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. In a similar way, you can measure the atomic weights in our relative masses. And when you are measuring it in a relative mass, relatively like this, and it is nothing but the absolute value. Relative means how many times it is heavier compared to that. Now converting into grams, exactly how many grams it is. Simply we are saying that relatively 1.008 times heavier and absolute is nothing but this much. Like that, for each and every element, when the atomic weight is known, that atomic weight for one atom, the weight in grams can be measured as atomic weight in AMU into 1.67 in 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Are you clear with this one? This is atomic weight. And you remember, here what we are considering for atomic weight is one atom of the element. Clear? And now, let me ask you one question. When 1.67 in 10 to the power of minus 24, 10 to the power of minus 24 is very minute, almost negligible. And with this value, negligible value, is it possible to measure any of these one atom weights? Practically, is it possible? No. Because there is no device to measure this minute gram. This much of minute mass we can't measure. We are unable to find the device to measure this. Then how we are deciding this? How we are deciding this much? It is nothing but a logical approach to get this value. I will prove that in coming sessions also. We will get that idea how they are able to measure these values simply. Clear? And now let me go for the other concept related to this atomic weight. And this atomic weight, next one is nothing but we have to consider gram atomic weight. Gram atomic weight. Simply we can say that it is GAW. Just actually we require this. Most frequently what we are using is gram atomic weight. Clear? If you are clear with up to this, then in continuation to this, let us discuss what is gram atomic weight and why it is proposed and how to measure that. And from that gram atomic weight, how we are measuring that each atom weight is this much. All these we will discuss with that one. Gram atomic weight. Just you observe, hydrogen, one atom weight is 1.008 AMU. That is nothing but 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Similarly, let me give one more example. Oxygen, one atom, not possible practically but imaginarily, one atom weight, WT is nothing but a representation for 8, and this weight is 16 AMU. Okay, we know just now, and it is 16 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. And nitrogen, one atom weight is 14 AMU. That means one nitrogen atom is 14 times heavier than 1/12th part of carbon-12 isotope. That's why it is 14 AMU, and it is in grams 14 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Like that, for every element we are writing the atomic weight either in terms of AMU or in terms of grams, where 1 AMU is taken as 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Clear? And now, when it is not practically possible to measure this minute mass, this minute weight, not possible to measure practically, then for convenience sake, the scientists introduced this gram atomic weight. The scientists introduced this gram atomic weight. What is that gram atomic weight? Just you observe, just minute change which we required for calculations, we are changing that. Clear? And it is gram atomic weight. Simply it is nothing but atomic weight expressed in grams is gram atomic weight. Just that's all. That means when hydrogen atomic weight is taken as 1.008 AMU, it is atomic weight. Clear? Instead of AMU, if we are expressing this atomic weight in grams, then it is nothing but gram atomic weight. Clear? And for understanding purpose, let us convert these three into gram atomic weight. Just hydrogen atomic weight is 1.008 AMU, and whereas its gram atomic weight is equal to 1.008 grams. Just instead of AMU units, we are using grams. Then the so-called atomic weight is now considered as gram atomic weight. That's why simply what we are saying is atomic weight expressed in grams is gram atomic weight. Clear? And now, I think now you can write this oxygen atomic weight and gram atomic weight. Try to answer that. Oxygen atomic weight. What is oxygen atomic weight? Yeah, oxygen atomic weight is 16 AMU. Clear? And now, its gram atomic weight. Its gram atomic weight. Can you say? It is nothing but 16 grams. And similarly, for nitrogen, atomic weight is 14 AMU and its gram atomic weight is 14 grams. And next, one more. If it is chlorine, where atomic weight is taken as is 35.5 AMU. And now, can you guess the gram atomic weight of chlorine? Simple. Its gram atomic weight is equal to 35.5 grams. I think now you are able to convert AMU into grams, where to convert atomic weight into grams. Simply. Clear? Just you remember, gram atomic weight. Simply the atomic weight expressed in grams. How to get the atomic weight? It is a relative amount, it is a comparative amount, and when compared to carbon-12 isotope 1/12th part, how many times it is heavier? That is atomic weight, and that is expressed in AMU. Clear? And that AMU atomic weights, when expressed in grams, it is nothing but a gram atomic weight. Are you following? Just here some sort of complexity. Just if you are following, simply you can understand it. So now, what is the purpose of converting these AMU atomic weights into grams? Just it is nothing but to measure, practically to measure the weights, we are converting the AMU unit, which is not practically possible to measure, into grams. Grams we can measure, 1 gram, milligram, microgram, we can measure, but not this much, 10 to the power of minus 24. Just it is 1 gram, we can measure it, and 16 grams we can measure. So Altogether, the conversion of atomic weight into gram atomic weight imaginarily, it is imagination. Imaginarily is nothing but only to make the non-measurable amount into measurable amount. That is the purpose of converting atomic weight into gram atomic weight. Are you following? The purpose why we are expressing the atomic weight in grams, gram atomic weight. Just when atomic weight is expressed in AMU, and that AMU value is very minute, and it is not possible to measure it practically. So to make it, to measure practically, to make it possibility, we are expressing these atomic weights simply into gram atomic weight. That is the only purpose here. Clear? And now, when we are converting these AMU atomic weights into gram atomic weights so as to make it feasible to measure practically, what happens? What is the consequence that happened? Here we have to think. Let us think that we know that 1.008 AMU, nothing but this is the weight in grams for one hydrogen atom. Is it not? Just you follow. This is one hydrogen atom weight in grams, because AMU we know, that's fine. And similarly, this weight is one oxygen atom weight in grams, and this is one nitrogen atom weight in grams, but these are not measurable. So we are considering the same number in grams for convenient purpose. The purpose is only to make it practically to measure, is it not? And now what is the consequence? After measuring this, you remember this 1.008 grams of hydrogen is not equal to one atom. Again I am repeating, just you follow. One atom in grams is 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. That is equal to one atom. Now we are considering this much of grams is equal to one atom. But for convenience sake, for convenient purpose, what we are considering the amount for hydrogen, it is 1.008 grams is considered. Are you following? So that means when we are considering this hydrogen for convenient purpose, this amount doesn't mean it is equal to one atom. Are you following? It is not equal to one atom. Then how many atoms? Simply you can calculate, because one atom weight is 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams is equal to one atom. Then this much of grams is equal to how much? How many atoms? Now let us consider that for all these elements. Just you remember, I think with these weights you know the elements, is it not? And let me, for your convenience sake, I am representing with symbols for all these. It is hydrogen, you know, and this is oxygen, and it is nitrogen. It is for one atom, one atom, one atom. And gram atomic weight of hydrogen, and it is for oxygen, and it is for nitrogen, and it is for chlorine. Clear? And now just you observe 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams is equal to 1 H atom. This is atomic weight actually. But for convenience sake, we are considering this AMU 1.008 AMU into grams. Now, when this number of grams of hydrogen is equal to one hydrogen atom, 1.008 grams hydrogen is equal to how many hydrogen atoms? Are you following? Try to solve. And meanwhile, let me write. If 16 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams is equal to one oxygen atom, we know. And when this weight is equal to one oxygen atom, then 16 grams oxygen is equal to how many oxygen atoms? Similarly, if it is 35.5 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams is equal to 1 chlorine atom. It is for chlorine 35.5 mu into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Is it not? So when it is 1 chlorine atom, 35.5 grams chlorine has how many chlorine atoms? For all these, if you calculate, you will get the same number. It is the logic behind. Let us calculate after completion of, after rubbing this, I will calculate that one. Meanwhile, you can try. This is one atom, and this gram atomic weight of hydrogen possesses how many hydrogen atoms? And for oxygen, this is one atom, this one. And for 16 grams, what is 16 grams? Gram atomic weight of oxygen possesses how many oxygen atoms? And similarly, this is one chlorine atom in grams. And then 35.5 grams. What is 35.5 grams? When it is chlorine atomic weight expressed in grams, it is nothing but gram atomic weight of chlorine. Is it not? So now, this gram atomic weight of chlorine possesses how many atoms? If you observe, it is surprisingly we are getting the same number of elements in their gram atomic weights. Now let us consider, just let me calculate that here one by one. Not only for these three elements, for any element you will get the same. Now first let us consider what is that number. Here, when one hydrogen atom weight is this, in these grams, how many hydrogen atoms are present? Just we can consider number of hydrogen atoms is equal to 1 by 1.008 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 into 1.008. Just you observe, when these two cancel, we are getting the number as 1 by 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24. And this is equal to, when we are making this to come to numerator, it will appear as 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. If most of you may be familiar with this number, it is nothing but Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number. It is a fixed number, like century. Century is nothing but 100. Like that, dozen, 12. Like that, Avogadro number is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. Clear? And now, let us go for this, what we are getting. Number of oxygen atoms. Number of oxygen atoms is equal to, how to measure? One oxygen atom weight is 16 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. So this number, how many are present in 16 grams? Again, if you observe, 16 cancel. Now we are getting the same value, 1 by 6.7 into 10 to the power of minus 24. That it is nothing but equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. And now you can write here the number of chlorine atoms. Number of chlorine atoms. Simply how we can measure? It is nothing but equal to 1 by 35.5 into 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 into 35.5. Again, we are getting the same value, that is nothing but 1 by 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24. That is again equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. I think now you are following this. Just when we are converting the atomic weight, which is supposed to be expressed in AMU, where that amount in AMU, which is of reflecting the very minute amount in grams, is nothing but 1.67 in 10 to the power of minus 24 grams, not measurable practically. Then what we are doing, it is converted into our convenient measures, convenient units. That is, instead of AMU, now we start to express that atomic weight of any element in grams. So when the atomic weight is expressed in grams instead of AMU, it is considered as gram atomic weight. So once we start to express the atomic weight in gram atomic weight, now again we are searching for what are the consequences. What happened? What is the result of this expression change? Just when AMU is expressed in grams, now the atomic weight is converted to gram atomic weight, and now that gram atomic weight doesn't reflect the mass of one atom, you remember. For convenient purpose, when we convert this atomic weight AMU into gram atomic weight, now this gram atomic weight possesses more than, it is not possessing one atom, it possesses certain number of atoms other than one, it is not one. And now we are searching to measure, or we are calculating to measure if one atom weight is this much in gram atomic weight, that is nothing but in these grams, how many such hydrogen atoms present, or if atomic weight of hydrogen, one atom weight of oxygen is this much. When we are expressing the gram atomic weight of oxygen as 16 grams, how many oxygen atoms are present in 16 grams? And similarly, in how many chlorine atoms are present in 35.5 grams? Like that, we are searching, or we are measuring the number of atoms with this much of very minute weight that present in 1 gram atomic weight of that particular element. Surprisingly, we are getting in all respective gram atomic weights of any element the same number of atoms of that particular element presents. Clear? That number, it is always the number, nothing but Avogadro number. Clear? That means simply we can say that it is one atom weight we can't measure. That's why we are taking Avogadro number of atoms as a set. When we are taking Avogadro number of atoms as a set, that weight is nothing but its atomic weight in grams. So gram atomic weight possesses Avogadro number of atoms. It is nothing but when it is simply one atom not possible to weigh, then automatically we are adding so many atoms. When it reaches to Avogadro number, now that weight is measurable because it is now coming to grams. Simply with all these, if you have to remember only 3 points here altogether, because the same concept we are going to use for measuring the molecular weights also directly as a relative mass. That's why I am asking you. Atomic weight, it is a relative mass or relative weight. To measure this relativity, we are taking 1/12th part of carbon 12 as the parameter, and this 1/12th part of carbon 12 is known as AMU. Its weight in grams, grams is nothing but our familiar measuring unit for mass, and when we express that AMU in grams, it is nothing but equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. So 1/12th part of carbon 12 is AMU. This is equal to 1.67 in 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. So when an element, one atom is taken, it is how many times heavier than this AMU? It is nothing but atomic weight. But that atomic weight, because of being very minute in weight, it is not possible to measure practically or experimentally. Then, for our convenience sake, to measure the amounts of the elements, we are making that atomic weight expressed in AMU into grams. And when the atomic weight is expressed in grams, the atomic weight is now known as gram atomic weight. After converting this AMU, atomic mass units, into grams, now the consequence, the result of that is nothing but that gram atomic weight is not possessing single atom. It possesses bunch of atoms or number of atoms. And now our set starts to find how many atoms will present in 1 gram atomic weight of any element. For that purpose, when we try to calculate, we are getting in all the elements 1 gram atomic weight of any element is supposed to possess the same number of atoms of that particular element. That is nothing but 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. That number is known as Avogadro number. So simply we can say that 1 gram atomic weight of any element possesses Avogadro number of atoms in it. Clear? And just, dear students, you remember in coming sessions, in coming days, not only in my classes, in your textbooks also, in competitive exams also, by default, slowly we will neglect these AMU units. Say for example, when oxen atomic weight, by default it is nothing but gram atomic weight. When we are discussing, because we convert that AMU expression is not useful unless otherwise they are specifically asking for AMU units, you need not go for that. Just by default, when atomic weight is concerned, it is always related to gram atomic weights, even though that gram atomic weight specially not mentioned. Clear? So with this idea, this is the logic. That's why I'm in the beginning class I told you to follow in a logical approach and a simplest way we are going to discuss the topics, but it is of in much depth. One by one, if you are thorough with these concepts, how they are measured, and then automatically you can calculate whatever the problem they are providing, whatever they are asking for. Clear? Okay. In coming session, we will go for the molecular weights.